Hello, dear viewers, friends, and all of that. Welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Ascended here on Ragnarok. Now, last episode, we actually went and tamed this thing, plus a couple of its friends. Now, this is a eurypterid. Normally, these are untamable, but with the, what's it called? The No Untamables mod, that is not the case. Now... This thing serves a, this thing is pretty slow on land, but it's actually quite fast in the water. I don't know why it's still walking, but apparently it is. Maybe it's actually being moved by the current a little bit. So it's fairly quick in the water, as you can see, and that's exactly what I'm planning on using it for today. We're going to head out and take a look around. Now, to do that, we're going to need to head out and around Viking Bay. So there is probably going to be some nastiness coming my way, regardless of anything I do. Hopefully not from that guy. But the goal here is to, with the actually pretty good weight stat, hopefully going to acquire some more resources in small amounts. And then potentially get a... If I can manage to get my hands on some crystal, that'll be good, because then I can make a soul ball and we can go gather some other stuff. But ultimately, the goal is going to be just doing some exploration, seeing what's around, and then from there, using what I can find to build myself up a little bit. Hopefully we can get to a raft and then get moving from there. And if you find yourself enjoying this video, do me a solid, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all of those things that please the algorithm gods, and spread this video around the platform. It really does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, as you can see, this thing is quite fast in the water. Also, yeah, there's the shipwreck down there. It's actually a lot smaller, but there's a lot of these things here. Probably too many to risk taking them on. I am probably going to tame some more of them, but this is the shiny, this is the strongest one that I could find. But yeah, goal is, let's see if we can manage to tame something, either tame something of note, or acquire some resource that will help me going forward. I'm going to try and head out into the direction of the Highlands, because usually that's ultimately where I would like to go anyway. So scouting ahead is never a bad thing. So actually, can this thing jump out of the water? Not really, no. What it can do that doesn't make any sense is walk on the water. It's like, weird. The hell was that? Hopefully I don't need to find food for this thing. It does seem to eat quite a bit. Now, actually, finding food won't be too hard. Now, even though it's slow on land, it's still an amphibious mount, so that means it's still going to be quite helpful. Oh, there we go. There's some fish. Alright, not taking on two of you at once. One, definitely. But two, I believe they get a bleed. Ever since their TLC that made them actually good. Okay, 3, forget it. Not happening. Move into the shallow water where they cannot follow. Yeah, that's a Paleorex. So that's great. So that's what we don't like to see. God, that thing looks imposing. It looks so much more imposing to me than the original Rex of Ark, which is a great design. Don't mistake my compliments to this as negatives towards that. I love the original Rex in Ark, and it's actually bigger than it's thicker than this thing, but this thing just has that like ferocious looking design to it that I think just works. I thought that was like a turtle head sticking up from the water. I also haven't seen Archelon spawning. I know some people have said that they don't spawn on Rag yet, and I'm hoping that gets fixed, because an Archelon would be a reason for me to be more ocean bound. It's just that good, just for the algae. As it is, we're going to need to get... Yeah, look at that. Oh, I will say, this looks so much better than it did before. Like, I remember this forest. I remember I had like a little... I remember one of the few times I played in PvP, I actually set up a little base inside the lava canyon at the far end of this. There's like a tiny little place, and you could build there. And I put it out, like, it was a very weirdly laid out base, but it was also designed with one intention. You'd have to be absolutely crazy to try to raid it. It's like, could you do it? Sure. But with all the natural hazards in the way, it really just wouldn't be worth your time. And I was like, but don't the natural hazards slow you down too? And the answer is yes, absolutely. But it's like, you make the sacrifice, you know? Okay, I'm hearing a jelly. Oh, no, look at that. There's the squid. Okay, I'm gonna kill a couple of these. You can tame them with fish baskets, but, oh my god, this freaking megalodon. Alright, pull him away from the squid. I don't want him fighting the squid. I would rather have him fighting me because I think I can kill him. Now, could I tame this megalodon? Maybe. It is possible. Oh, there's a cryptoclidus right there. Oh, I got a level out of that. Nice. Straight into damage for you. Okay, what level is this crypto? I'm not going to try and... well, maybe we can. It's level 50, okay. Not worth... well... frankly, any level is probably a good one, but I don't have the saddle unlocked yet. Let's see. Oh, no, I do. Okay. Never mind. Okay. And I could make it, but it would be back at home, and I need a way to transport it, so probably not the play right now. Tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to mark this on the map. Okay, so when you press spacebar on this and hold it, it will rise to the surface. But unless you stop moving, or unless you, like, move, it'll just pull you right back down. Okay. Give myself some more HP. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. Map. Actually, I guess it's this. Oh, get rid of that. No, we want a new one. Yeah, definitely want to get my hands on those squids as well. I think you need a fish basket to tame them, but... I swear, if I die from these wonky eurypterid controls, I'm gonna be unhappy. Alright. Yeah, spacebar makes the thing sink, so... I wish it looks like there is a way to keep it at the surface. I just wish there was a way to... I just wish it had the controls shown on the side of the map to do that. I don't know if that is a thing that we can do, but... yeah, I'm going to check real quick here. Open Finder. Crypto. We have a single cryptoclidus, and it's right there. Okay. So that'll probably change as time goes on. So we'll just get rid of that. Clear Finder. We've made the point on the map. That's good. By the way, I did name this guy Euripides. I don't even know if I spelled it right. And it's not exactly the most creative name, but it works. It gets the point across. And it was like, oh, I should gather silica pearls. Why the hell do I need silica pearls? I have a thing producing me silica pearls. Actually, no, you can't harvest that. I was like, oh, man, that'd be nice. Oh, I forgot about that. That's a creature I'd like to tame too, is the mantis. But in order to do that, we're going to need either rhino horns or deathworm horns. Probably going to go with rhino horns, but we'll see. Now, as a creature, I don't have to worry about much here. Like, a high-level mantis is a big problem. Snake is eh. I might try and get an equally high-level but much larger guy. Eurypterid. Not because, like, this one's good, but if I can get one that has, what's it called? If I can get one that's, like, I think the big ones have more health. So something a little bit on the tankier side would definitely be welcome. This is high level enough that it doesn't matter, but when you're, like, level 252 and only popping out 1700 HP, that's a little bit of a problem. Okay, so if I can get my hands on some crystal, I can call this a relatively successful mission. Maybe we can attempt to tame something, because I'll be able to make a dino ball for it, but... I also don't think I'm actually that close to the particular thing that I'm looking for. But I don't recall its exact location, actually, so... Well, there's some obsidian, and I did need that. The problem is literally everything else that's here. Oh! Oh! I may have gotten rid of the arcology mod, but one thing I didn't get rid of was the arcology bosses. So things like Megaranio right there are still going to be a problem. Yeah, we're going to stay in the water until I find what I'm actually looking for. Okay, you need spacebar to get off the bottom, but spacebar also puts you back on it. And then if we can surface briefly... Up there is the volcano, and that's what I need to find. But in order to do that... Well, eventually we'll have to go up there, but... Well, do we have to? Probably not, but I want to. I like how this whole place is just lined with skeletons. Alright, I think what we're going to have to do... is make a calculated risk of going in there. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to perch this guy somewhere where he's not going to get attacked. And then make a play to try to get in there and see what's going on. But that's a later problem. Yeah, there does not appear to be a safe location to do this here. Actually, I think the spot that I really want is further up. Now, I've been wrong before, but... And yes, it's technically the entrance to the Wyvern Trench is what I'm looking for, but... My god, this thing is fast when it decides it wants to move. I'm glad that they changed most of the area. Oh, that's another Megaranio right there. That is his third Oh, man. Alright, I'm going to park myself here, and I will be back in a bit. Alrighty, we are back, and better than ever. And you can see right there, one of the other reasons that you know, I came on this trip right here. This is a, what is this? I almost said Mosasaurus. No, it's a Basilosaurus. It's dead, and this is a common thing, a common theme if you remember Ragnarok much at all. It's a great place to get some starting keratin, hide, oil, but most of all, spoiled meat, and that's what we're here for right now. So yeah, primarily I wanted the spoiled meat, because the spoiled meat, I can make more narcotic with that, which is going to be very useful coming pretty soon, hopefully. Try and retreat back into the water away from this bird. Although, I'd probably kill the bird. Alrighty. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going until I find some crystal. I'll bring us back at that point, and then we'll go from there. I could go up that trench there. I'm like, and as I'm wandering around, by the way, I'm kind of thinking about where I want to build ultimately. I know I want to go to the Highlands to do something. I know I want to, well, I mean, I want to go there for a lot of reasons, but, you know. What the hell is that? Is that a living Basilosaurus? Or is it dead? Oh, it's dead. Yeah, some of them got moved around. Like, this one ended up underwater. I noticed a lot of people saying there's fewer of them now, which is kind of a shame, but it also makes a lot of sense because just, like, the amount of stuff it gives you is kind of wild. By the way, I believe those do respawn after a while, so you can always come back and get more when you need it. Okay, I don't know what this guy's doing, but I'm going... Oh. Is that a deer? What is that? Oh, it's a sheep. Several sheep. Okay. Alright, well, I know where to come when we need to get Avis, which would be very soon, preferably. Please tell me there's no big one that's gonna knock me upside the head again. I don't need to get knocked, like, 40,000 feet into the water. No? Good. Alright. Yeah, so this was a good find. Yeah, I'm gonna bring us back in a bit. Alrighty, we have arrived here at last, and there were actually some closer crystal nodes, but, yeah, this is what we needed to come here for. In order to find it, we're going to follow this river here. Now, this is, this is actually it's actually much the same as it was back in Ark Survival Evolved, although it looks very different. I gotta say, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Alright, let's get up there and see what's up. This thing actually climbs surprisingly well. Not actually good, but just better than I would have expected it to. There are crops around here, by the way. I might grab some, but we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to take it slow. My God. Oh, the bounty. Oh, there's a, is that a No, that's a Bronto. Okay. Man, this bridge has seen better days. Don't get me wrong, it looks fantastic, but I love how utterly weathered the surface is. Like, it's just starting to return to nature almost entirely. This is actually where having a Cryptocleidos would be pretty useful, because Cryptocleidos doesn't care whether it's in land or sea. I mean, it's going to be faster in the water, as anything would be. Ooh. Yeah, we're not there yet, but I figured usually when it's Ragnarok, check behind the waterfall. Ragnarok loves those hidden waterfall things. Okay, I actually think that what we want is a bit further up still, even from this. Also, that water's a little funky with its way it's splashing down, but it's fine. It's actually water would splash and kind of royal like that. See what I mean? This thing is deceptively good at climbing. That was nonsense. How did I scale that? This map is right up there with the best. This map has always been right up there with the greatest, with the greats in Ark, and it's only gotten better here in a. Oh, okay, huh? Okay, there's actually, this is a little like hidden cubby that you could probably go in to escape a predator or something. That's cool to know. Yeah, but I'm thinking for final places to move, either the canyons or the redwoods. Probably going to be where it's at for me, but... Oh, the mist rolling in. That actually looks good. That isn't like the annoying island fog. All right, I think this is me right here. This big pool of water. I wonder if there's otters. Well, I know there's otters on the map. I just don't know where they would be. Yep, this is where we want to go. Actually, I'm going to park you right here. Okay, we got metal back here. I think there's crystal in here too. I don't know for sure. I know there's crystal around somewhere, but it might even be further up than this, actually. Yeah, more metal in here. You definitely could set up like a nice little base. I'm thinking of doing that partially. Is just putting a temporary base in here. Because I like to put my like starting bases inside caves. Because it's just, there's a bit more security. Okay, I thought this is where it would be, but it's not. It's a little further up, I think. So... Well, there is crystal in here. It's just not quite... Yeah, definitely got a lot of... Yeah, I definitely feel like they definitely went ahead and nerfed the resource spawns a little bit. Or not nerfed, but just reshuffled, which they probably should have done. And I think they did that on most of the maps, actually. And that's Charlie pawing at the door, so I will be right back. Alrighty, so I tried to go further up the river and ended up running into a desolate titan. I did not die. I got away before it aggroed, so... Came all the way back down here. I mean, again, it didn't chase me, but I figured, you know what? If we're going to look for crystal, I do know because I checked the resource map. Yeah, I finally gave in and did that. I know there's some here, so I'm going to head inland, try and get up the top of that mountain if possible. Hopefully I don't die. Well... Yeah, hopefully I don't die horribly in the process of doing that, which is, of course, famous last words, but I need to get crystal. So I need to try to find a way up to the top of those. And then from there, we'll head back down and we'll see what's what. I also wanted to explore this. This, by the way, is a portion of the map that, if I'm not mistaken, did not exist in the original Ragnarok. This is all new. Like, this is new stuff. In a way, the flat, open terrain would be great for a base, and it kind of reminds me of Valguero in that way. Did I not unlock a torch? Oh no, of course I did. Why can't I make one? Oh, I need actual stone? I'm crafting one because it's getting late and it's also getting cold. So, yeah. I figured I'd bring us back for that, but this is the hunt for crystal. I'm leaving the guy down there. We'll come back and get him, but... There are closer places I could have gone, but those places all seem very dangerous to me. I say as if running into a desolate titan anywhere wouldn't... would be considered, at this stage in the game, not dangerous, but... Yeah, so I believe we have to get to the top of this hill. I still think the place I wanted to go initially would have been valid, by the way. It's just that, you know, I take one look and I remember, I know how terrifying the Desolate Titan can be. I don't want to have to engage with it if I don't have to. There's no nearby creatures to use as fodder for it, so... If I get close, I'm getting aggro, and I'm most likely not getting away on a eurypterid. Unless I get out of this world lucky. So getting up here is going to be one challenge by itself. Getting down is going to be another. Oh, shit. Oh, two of them. Oh. Okay. It's always got to be something, isn't it? Jeez. Alright. I heard the Carno aggro, and I'm like, oh no. I heard him, and I was like, maybe he can't get to me? But no, of course they were right there. They found their way up, because the AI is now freaking genius-level intellects. Alright, what I might do is I might make a sleeping bag. Yeah, I'm gonna make a sleeping bag, actually go to sleep. Just sleep off this, this cold and this damage to my HP, although it might not let me. It might go, nah, you can't do that. Oh, come on! Nonsense. Well, the other thing I can do is make a campfire, which might help keep it warm enough, but... I wasn't planning on this. I was planning on getting Crystal and getting out of here. But I'd rather face those guys 10,000 times over than have to put up with a goddamn Desolate Titan. Because those things are just awful. Yeah, for where I'm at in the game, that is definitely not a situation I want to be in any way, shape, or form. I mean, hell of a time getting back to him. And all this because I was way too impatient to wait to get a Pteranodon, and most likely because I didn't want to tame a Pteranodon this time around, but that's probably not a very smart move. Well, alright, I'm gonna hopefully catch y'all in a little bit. Alrighty, we are back, and as you can see, finally made it up here, and now to reap the reward. Again, this is probably not the not the easiest place to come get it, but yeah, finally got some crystal. Now with this, I can properly start making dino balls and such, and most importantly, I can make the damn spyglass. This is not a nice area. I was hoping maybe, oh, it'll be a nice area, just come up here and get what I need and leave. No, when it comes to the one resource you need more than anything else, it's never going to be nice. I don't know why you would think it would be. But what is clear is, like, I'm just gathering up this crystal, maybe hoping to get a rare mushroom or something, but, you know. We did find some, and I know you can find it, you can definitely find it elsewhere on this map. I'm pretty sure not every node got changed. There's a rare mushroom right there. Perfect. There's another one. Uh-oh. And that was the Rex, so that's my cue to get out of here. Oh, shit. Now what you don't want to do is full run off the cliff, because then most likely the carnivore is going to catch you at that point. They'll either follow you off, take no fall damage, and get you while your legs are broken, or they'll just meander their way down afterwards and eat your dead body for you taking all that extra damage. But since that didn't happen, I can make my way back to Euripides and then ultimately back home, hopefully. Oh, might even consider this for a building area, although I rather doubt it. Oh, man. Are those bison over there? Let's see, do I have spyglass unlocked? I do. Oh, I can unlock this version of the super spyglass. I just can't make it yet. Noted. Okay, fiber. Alright, we should be able to make this then. Okay, we got a beaver den there. Plodicus. Gallimimus. Another Gallimimus. Yeah, that is definitely right there. That is... Oh, where the hell is it? Yeah, that is the new creature for the map. That is the bison right there. Specifically for this map. And, oh man, is it going to be crazy when we tame one of those. They're scary. Okay, I really don't want to have to deal with this Diplo. Also, just for anyone curious, I packed up my sleeping bag and my campfire, and at that point made my way up the mountain in the morning once it was pretty clear that it was warm enough to do so. That was the real reason I slept there, by the way, is as I was like, I wanted to just skip nighttime. And now I can use that campfire to actually go ahead and not only stay warm, but I can also use it to cook up some additional meat, which is probably going to be a good idea to do so once I get back to Euripides. Okay, we also have Ankies here. That's good. That's very good to know. And across the way, if I'm not mistaken, there is a cave in that... thing there, but I think I've had enough excitement for one day. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it an episode here, and I will be... Hold on, I'm thinking. Yeah, we're gonna call it here, and hopefully next episode we'll be able to do something, but... Oh! Hello there! Oh, that's a 140 horse, but I'm not trying to tame that without, what's it called? You know what? I mean, I don't have the berries for it, though. That's the problem. Yeah, no, we can't do it right now. But maybe pretty soon, maybe we'll try and tame that horse. That'd be a good one to get. I'll have to go back and try and seek out those crops, though. But in the meantime, we're going to call it here, and I will catch you lovely people on the next episode of Ark Survival Ascended here on Ragnarok. And once again, if you enjoyed it, do me a solid, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all of those things that will please the algorithm gods and spread this video around the platform. It really does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So this has been TBT. I'm signing out, and I'll catch you lovely people on the next one.